Hello.
Okay, class, let's take a look. We are in the lesson. Let's take a look to our condensed. According to the to the condensed, we have finished the introduction, and we know the proper learning attitude, and we know the benefit of the meditations through watching a video clips. So now we go to the conditions. So in the previous lesson, we talked about that. The precepts. If you remember, we talk about the precept. So precept basically means what? Precept basically meaning to say that if you've gone through some ceremony, okay, then you will have, it will come out that you will stop from doing the evil and doing the good. So that is the purpose of the precept. It can be go through the ceremony. It can be without go through the ceremony and without making any promise. But in nature, you will stop doing all the bad, but doing all the good. Okay, so that is the meaning of the precept. So in the previous lesson, remember, we got three grades of the precept, remember? The upper grade is the person after observing the precept, maybe before, became a Buddhist, so he will observe either the major or the minor offenses. He will never commit either major or minor offenses. So this is the first grade. Second grade meaning to say that you will never commit the major, but you might commit the minor. Okay, so the second grade and the third grade is you commit both major and minor offenses. So that's the third grade. Am I right? This is our previous lesson, right? Okay, correct. Okay, then let's take a look. So this is what we mentioned here. You see, then now we have to go further. In the first precept, we mentioned about 5 actions of immediate result. Okay, 5 actions of immediate result, meaning to say killing father, killing mother, try to make Buddha bleeding. Okay, and also maybe split the community. You create a splitting among the Sangha community. All right. Then lastly, you kill Arahant. Have I gone through the detail regards all this or not?
You talk about it, but I'm not sure the details of.
Yeah. You need to say talk about all this, and I put the Devadatta as an example, right? Okay, yes, okay. Now we go to some more details. So let's take a look. So here, okay, 5 immediate result. Before taking refuge of 5 precepts from Nera. So let's take a look. Taking refuge, meaning to say, is a procedure. After you've gone through, you will be defined as Buddhist. That is the meaning of taking refuge. Okay. Then next, there will be one more you have to understand is the 5 precepts. We tell you what is the 5 precepts later on. Then we try to understand what does it mean, Stramanera. Let's take a look, Stramanera. Okay, so this is a Stramanera. Basically, here you will see the word Stramanera and the Bhikkhu. Let's take a look. See, this is the Stramanera and the Bhikkhu. Okay, see. Stramanera and the Bhikkhu. It means what? Basically, if I use the occupation as an analogy, if you go to interview for a company, before you become a confirmed staff, you will undergo a probation period. So Stramanera is just something like a probation period to test for yourself. And then later on, the Bhikkhu is the confirmed staff. So meaning to say that if you become a Bhikkhu, a confirmed staff, you will enjoy all the privileges as a bhikkhu, but you have to bear all the responsibility as a bhikkhu. If you are in a Stramanera stage, okay, meaning to say that you are under probation period, you can just withdraw anytime. Anytime if you want, or you can withdraw anytime, since you haven't confirmed yet. Okay, so this is a simple analogy I can try to tell you. So let's take a look. So this is the real definition for Stramanera. Let's take a look. If a Sramaneri mean is the female, male is for this. It's the novice male in a Buddhist context. You can copy down. That is the definition of a Sramanera or Samanera. So basically, if let's say, you go to join the temporary, okay, as novice program, you will be ordained basically as a Sramanera or Sramaneri, instead of a Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni, because you just go for a trial period. Okay. So for some temple, they will request. They will shave your head, even though including women, but some they don't, because you will have difficulty in socializing after the period, you see. So some they don't shave the head for women, but they shave the head for the man. Because of women, because of embarrassment, if after shaving then you go back for working, you see. Then besides this, let's take a look. This is the definition for the bhikkhu. See, this is the definition for the bhikkhu. Bhikkhu is the ordained. Let's see the proper definition. Bhikkhu is the ordained male in Buddhist monasticism. Yeah, you can copy down. So if let's say the female will be the bhikkhuni, okay. They are the confirmed staff. So as a bhikkhu, we don't work. We are given the privileges for being offered by the student and the devotee. But reciprocally, we have to do the teaching, the Dharma, we teach the meditation as our job. So that we call it as Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni. Okay, then let's take a look. This is the Bhikkhu. And then here, after Bhikkhu Bhikkhuni, we talk about that. For those who really is practicing the precept in the top grade, they can easily attain Samatha and Vipassana. So what does it mean Samatha? Samatha actually means one-pointedness in meditation. Samatha. So let's take a look. This is the Samatha. Okay. So you see, it comes because of some people, they name themselves as a Samatha. So we put a Buddhism, then the algorithm will know that we are looking for Buddhism. So it's Samatha meditation is mainly used in Theravada Buddhism. Okay, not really. Buddhists who perform this type of meditation to focus the mind by concentrating on their breathing. Yes, you can write this. This is a type of the meditation by concentrating the mind. So we call it as a Samatha. Yeah, do you copy down? Okay, Michael's still using the traditional way, pen to copy down, and also stamp. The other three, maybe you are more high-tech using computer. Okay. Because after the class, you have to do the recapitulation. Make sure you get all the keywords in order for recapitulating. Okay, finish. Let's take a look. Okay. So that's all. No much. Then the third one is the practice the precept in the low grade. Here the terminology is according to Theravada. So Theravada in Mahayana, you will see two words. Okay, class, basically what we mentioned Theravada, meaning to say that they are aiming to become Arahant. Okay, if Mahayana, they are aiming to become a Buddha. Basically the country, we call it as a country who practice the Mahayana. It will be China, Japan, Korean. They are all considered Mahayana country. Mahayanis, the country, the Buddhists who practice the Mahayanis. Who are the Mahayanis? But Theravada is aiming to become to Arahant. So you can. I mean, there's a lot of people who stays in Myanmar, Thailand. Okay, this in Sri Lanka. They are the major in Theravada Buddhists. They are major in Theravada practitioners. Okay, so let's take a look. Basically, if we define Theravada, meaning to say that we call them as the elderly. They prefer call themselves as elder instead of calling them Hinayana. So let's take a look. So Theravada, Buddhism, see. Most commonly accepted name of Buddhism, oldest existing school. Yes, you can copy down. They are accepted as Buddhist oldest existing school, meaning to say that they are more orthodox. Okay, basically, but not all. It depends on where do they stay. If let's say some they stay in the urban, they will accept the money. Some in the more modern way. But if let's say they stay in the jungle, they will practice exactly. They will go out for alms round. They will wear the shoe. Maybe they don't wear the shoe. They will eat one meal one day. So we call it as a Theravada. They're still they are the more orthodox and more conservative. As if the Muslim in Malaysia. Okay, class, do you realize that actually the Muslim in Malaysia, they are more orthodox, more traditional compared maybe in Jordan, the other country, and Arab? Class, do you realize or not? Yeah, realize. Okay. In Buddhism,
they are under Sunni. Malaysia is Sunni.
No, actually they are all Sunni, but Sunni also got so many branches, you know. Malaysia is considered more conservative, meaning to say that we call it as how to say 原教主义者 fundamentalism. They will try to practice the rules 1,000 years ago, which laid down in today, even though same. I mean, in Buddhism, we got also fundamentalism. You can find mainly in Thailand, in jungle, jungle tradition. So they will try to practice. They will try as much as possible practice the rule 1,000 years ago. So they don't hold the money, and then they don't cook the food. Very different with me now. I'm a city monk. I have to cook by myself. Basically you offer me the money. I go to buy the stuff, everything. I handle everything by myself. So we are more open-minded, so that we can adapt the city life. Because everybody is so busy. Okay, so this is what we call it as a conservative. And then one more is the Mahayana. So Mahayana, the definition will be quite different. So let's see. Mahayana. For Mahayana, the definition is we generally sees the goal. The goal of becoming a Buddha. So it's a Mahayana. You can write it down. So once we said that, oh, you are the Mahayana monk, you are the Mahayanist monk, meaning to say you're aiming to become a Buddhahood. So what is the Buddha? Maybe later on, if you join more Dharma class, we tell you more in detail. So this meditation for beginners is a quite preliminary studies of Buddhism. So later on, you're welcome joining the class for further study. Okay. Should I know, is there anyone have some fundamental before you join this class in Buddhist study? Can you put up your hand? You learn Buddhism quite some period. Anyone? No, all are beginners.
Pastor, I just listened to Xinghong Fashi, Haitao Fashi in Chinese. So the English words, I'm not so familiar.
Okay. So John also same.
Very beginners, because just joined some mindful parent supporting group. So they also mention precepts 8 noble truths. Yeah.
Okay. No problem. So I will adjust to the most primary level to you all, most primitive way to you all. Okay, no much problem. Okay. So after this, now we have to go through is the 5 precepts. Okay, so we have mentioned all this already. Okay, so all the terminology we have gone through already. So now please take a look to the 5 precepts. Okay, 5 wonderful precepts. Okay, class, I give you 5 minutes, maybe just 2 to 3 minutes. Can you please from first precept, okay, until to the 5 precept, do a simple reading. Once you finish, please raise hand by Zoom. Okay. Just simple reading is enough, okay? If you finish reading number 1 and 2, that is good already. Please raise hand by Zoom. You finish number 1 and number 2. One people finish. Evelyn, please try to raise hand by Zoom. Two people finish. Oh my God, you are using magnifying glass. Yeah, already, how can I see? I have to use the magnifier. Okay, Joan, can you please read the passage to me? First precept. On the mic, please, Joan.
First precept, aware of the suffering caused by the destructions of life, I vow to cultivate compassion, metta giving happiness, and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I am determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking and in my way of life.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, this one is okay. So this is the precept number 1. Okay, class. Okay, you can lower your hand. Okay, so class, we are talking the 5 precepts. Precept number 1 is the no killing. So from the text, we notice that whether you will be refrain from killing, it really depends on your experience. If you realize that the suffering of being killed or being tortured, then you will uphold the precept. Okay, basically, for no killing, okay, opposite of the non-killing, meaning to say being compassionate with others, because most of the people they will appreciate their life. If you try to deprive the life, they will run away. So that is the reason why we hope that everybody they will be free from frightening for being killed. So we want to protect all the life. Basically, we noticed that especially we talk about, protecting the life. I think Westerner, they can do well better than our Easterner. So let's take a look. We noticed that they already have a lot of activities. For example, you see, the protects like you see, kill no shot. See or not? Okay, so basically we'll notice that they will have some protect they will raise some consciousness for not killing the shark. Okay, because the shark fin can make if let's because shark they themselves are the predator in the oceans. If the predator die, then the rest the whole ecology it will create damage to the whole ecology. And then besides this we noticed that there will be a lot of mass killing of the dolphin in the cove. So see, let's take a look. Every country they have their own culture. See, in Japan they used to have a mass killing to the dolphin, and also they will catch the dolphin and then sell to the to the zoo in order for the to the demonstration. You see, so this what I noticed with the Westerner, they have the more consciousness to do all this type of stuff. You see, okay. Then besides, we noticed that some organization they will have they raise the consciousness to protect the bear. Why? Because the Chinese the gallbladder of the bear is really it's a medicine. But they will try. You see, they will try to imprison the bear and they will poke a hole in the gallbladder in order to channel out the liquid of the gallbladder. It's called a suffering to the bear. You see, so we noticed that all this is partial of no killing. Okay, and also in China there was once they will kill the dog. Okay, in order just to eat it. Okay, so one question is Joanne, do you think it's just reasonable you go to tell them that please don't kill the dog because they are not the food, they are our friend? Okay, do you think it's just reasonable you say so, Joanne?
Yes.
Yes, if you say so, they say, oh, okay, you forbid us to eating the dog, but you eat pork and chicken. Then how do you reply them?
I don't know how to reply. Reasonable also.
Yeah, okay. Shireen, how do you reply that? Oh, your mic is unsuccessful. Shireen, your mic. Okay, my test failed, Shireen. Okay, Evelyn, how do you reply?
Not sure.
Not sure. Don't know how to reply. So you just say, you just eat lah. Don't know how to reply. Yeah. How about Michael? How do you reply? Michael? On the mic, please. Michael. Michael, on the mic.
Don't know lah, master.
Or don't know. Okay. Yeah, Zhong. How about Zhong?
Really don't know how to answer with this. It's still the same.
Okay. So meaning to say that because I'm the vegetarian, I have the absolute right to request them, hey, not to eat the dog. You see, I'm a vegetarian. Is this correct?
Yes.
Because even though the dog, whether it is, whether you breed yourself or whether it is a wild animal, it's the same. It's still alive, right? So that's why, of course, it's quite hard to request everybody for being vegetarianism, or everybody eat vegetarian, not that necessary. As a Buddhist, you are not compulsory to being vegetarian, but if you still eat some meat, make sure that the animal die not out of you. You don't hear they die and you don't see they die, they will be fine already. Okay, if you go to the restaurant, don't go to pinpoint, oh, I want that fish. Oh no, if you pinpoint the fish, so the fish will die out of you. So you create some karma. We create a karma. So you just, maybe you go to dine in together with the family, or maybe for the business purpose, just don't purposely go to or pinpoint some animal. So what they just serve, the ready died animal, they will be fine. Okay. So that's the meaning. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, I will have some question. Evelyn, yes.
So how about those that are like cockroaches, rats, and then ants? Do you consider that as killing as well?
Yeah, because it look, they are the pests, right? Okay, good questions. So well, I will answer you later on. Let me ask you a few questions in the first place. Okay, then I will give you an answer later on. So number one, okay, if let's say you go to the 20th story, okay, you go up to the 20th story, you throw a stone unintentionally, and then the stone falls to somebody and the people die. Are you considered killing or not? Yes or no? You can vote now.
Yes.
Please vote. So number one is yes, number two is no. You just raise your hand will be enough. I can see already. Okay, Evelyn 2. Okay, Zhong 1. Shrin is 1. Okay, Tan 1 or 2. Please raise your hand. Is it killing?
Yes, killing.
No. Michael, yes, I say. Madam Tan. Because okay, so just only Evelyn said no. Okay, second scenario. Okay, for example, okay, Evelyn, okay, you don't like Michael Tan, so and Chong, okay, is a killer, is a murderer, is a killer, or we call it assassinator. So you pay for Chong in order to kill Michael Tan. Okay, if let's say okay, Chong really go to kill Michael, okay, no matter Michael die or not die, do you think the karma effect is the same? Okay, if you think if Michael die, the karma is more stronger, is number one. If Michael not die, the karma is lighter, number two. Number one is no matter die or not die, it's the same, only the karma. Number two, there's a difference. Okay, so Zhong 1, Tan 1, Evelyn 1, okay, Surin 2, okay, controversy issue again. How about Madam Tan, 1 or 2? Okay, number 1, okay, yeah, you can fight to each other. Okay, one thing, okay, Evelyn pay for Chong to kill Michael. So Evelyn, more heavy karma, or Chong is more heavily karma? Evelyn is the employer, Chong is an employee. Okay, so which one karma is more strong?
Same.
Okay, 2. So you opt for 3 lah. Okay, so then number 1, Joanne number 1, Evelyn 2. How about Michael and Madam Tan?
Both master.
Same.
Okay, both is the same. Then Tan, Madam Tan, same. Okay, so you opt for 3 lah. Okay, let me give you the answer. Okay, class. Basically, for all the scenario, the answer actually we can see here. You see, okay, let's take a look. Basically, in order to, in order to judge somebody commit the killing, there must be all conditions must be fulfilled. That is the intention, target, method, consequences, and the mental states. Okay, what does mean intention? Number one, you must have intention to kill, meaning to say that I want you to die. So that is intention to kill. Okay, it's number 1. Okay, number 2 is the target. Target meaning to say that we can range the target from human to the small pesticides. Okay, basically, okay, the human, they are the most Homo sapien, they are the most wise animals in the world. So killing animal, you will create the karma, the most strong one, compared with the cockroaches, or maybe the ants, which is the which is the lower rank, which is in the lowest in our ranking. You see, okay, because they are not very smart, because they don't have the brain like a human. You see, and then remember that basically we categorize our karma of killing to 3 grades. So grade number 1, which is unrepentable. Second grade and the third grade, you consider it, which is repentable. Then besides this, it's about the method. Okay, the method is the method of killing. Maybe you use a knife. Okay, you use a pistol. Maybe you try to employ somebody to kill, or maybe in now Facebook, you write out, you go to die. So this is also considered a method of killing. Okay. Then number 4 is regards this. It's about the consequence. Consequence meaning to say that whether you die or not die, it is determining. It will determine how heavy the karma is. Of course, if you die, you will be stronger. If not die, it's not that strong. And then the last one is the mental state. Mental state is if let's say you are still below 16 years old, is a child, you don't really understand. Okay, so this is considered not a very heavy karma. Or after drunken, or maybe you took some drug. So that is the mental state. You're not very clear what are you doing. Okay, okay. So after knowing all this, case number 1. Case number 1, you drop a stone, people die. Since it is unintentional, this is not a murderer. It's not a murdering, but we call it as a manslaughter. Manslaughter meaning to say is unintentional killing. In nowadays, if you follow what the judge to judge, okay, basically, manslaughter, the crime is not as heavy as murdering. Murder is most heavy because you intention to murder some people. So if let's say you intentionally drop the stone and the people die, so that we call it as a first-class murder. Okay, like recently, kids use the stone, use the gun to kill somebody purposely. You do the planning. Okay, but unintentional, you just drop. You don't know. You without knowing, without any intention. So the karma will be dropped to the 2nd grade. Okay. Then number 2nd it sounds reasonable. Okay. Then 2nd is the target. Yeah, basically, if let's say you kill the human and the animal, there will be a different story. Like what Evelyn mentioned. If you kill a human and compare, you kill the cockroaches and the termite. Of course, you kill the human is considered the heaviest karma. Then you see, actually, from the animal, we can range the most clever is the human. 2nd will be the dolphin. Okay, the 3rd will be what? The chimpanzee, right? Then we can then the animal coming might be the reptile or like a snake, crocodile, all this, and then the lower, the lower classes animal might be like the chicken or all this stuff. So meaning to say that even though you kill the dolphin and the chimpanzee, scientifically they're very close to human. But so far we never see a dolphin or chimpanzee. They can cross the lake and meditate. Never. Just the human know to do the meditation. Because our human brain is very, very big. And also we know, how we can develop a very great wisdom. So if you kill the animal, you will commit the most heavy crime. So that is the 2nd one. It's the 3rd one. Then the consequence, yes, there will be the different, die or not die. So meaning to say that if Michael die, is considered, because the rest of the condition have been fulfilled. Okay, so this will be the heaviest criminal. Okay, heaviest karma. Heaviest karma. But if let's say Michael is not die, so this will be 2nd class. Yeah, the consequence does matter. Okay, and the last one, okay, is the mental state. Okay, because you see, just like Evelyn, he is very clear. He tell Chong that Chong, please go and kill Michael. Or maybe he used a different language. Evelyn say, John, please let Michael sleep forever. Okay, okay. So John know that, oh, it means want to kill him, so he could go to kill him. So since Evelyn, the mental state is very clear. If let's say Evelyn is already drink some beer, so he called John, please let Michael sleep forever. So if the drunken mental state not clear, it's not the first class criminal. It will be the second class only. Okay, so class, do you understand? So meaning to say that if Evelyn, you are the employer, you are the boss. Okay, so the Chong is the employee. If let's say Michael really die, Evelyn will commit the heaviest one. Okay, get it? So it's the same. So if you are the owner of the restaurant, you call your staff to kill the animal and serve the customer. Basically, the owner themselves, they are commit the most heaviest crime. Okay, the second might be the staff in the restaurant. So that's why some owner, they come to the temple, they say, oh, what to do? So I said, never mind. If that's the case, you got two choices. Number one, you can try to maybe just do some releasing of animal, releasing the animal, liberate some animal. Second, you can chant some mantra and transfer merit to the animal. So that is your choice. Yeah, Michael, any question? Yes.
Yes, Master. Just now you were saying, if you are intoxicated or drunk and you commit a crime, your karma will be not so heavy, right?
Yes.
But under Buddhism, intoxicated is sinful, right? So you also...
okay, we'll talk about this in the precept number 5. Okay, so what I want to tell you is the mental state. The point is the mental state, because if you get intoxicated, you kill somebody, maybe you don't know you're killing somebody. It can be a human, maybe you see it's like a chicken only. You see, for intoxicated people, what they see is quite different, you know. So you are seeing a human. But there will be hallucination appear that it might be a chimpanzee, you see. So you say, oh, let me go to kill. Please go to kill it. Actually, it's an animal. So that's why intoxicated will make the criminal go to the second grade. Okay. Yes, Evelyn.
How about those like family members who has a very sick, and then there is a country that allows them to like die voluntarily? So the family all approve and okay, is that considered a sin as well?
Okay, yes. So what you mean is the euthanasia, right? Euthanasia. Okay, basically, if you ask about the euthanasia, our rules in Buddhism, the karma, sometimes we determine also based on the rules and regulation in the particular country. Basically, not all the country allow euthanasia. It depends on certain country. If I'm not mistaken, Denmark and also Holland, they allow euthanasia. In United States, certain states allow euthanasia, but certain states they don't allow. Okay, if let's say why there's euthanasia, because from the perspective of the biology, from medicine, Western medicine, there must be the death of the brain stem, which is considered real death. We call it as a brain death. Why? Because the stem brain, which control the function. There will be some function the heartbeat. Okay, the pupils can strain or getting bigger. All this function is controlled by the stem brain. You see, if let's say the stem brain doesn't function, meaning to say you're considered die already. Okay, but now the problem is your stem brain still working. You see, you still can respond, you still can breathe, you still can have a heartbeat. Okay, you can respond to the outside, but due to the suffering, you try to kill yourself. So that's why euthanasia. The point is the people even though they are still alive, but they a lot of suffering there. They have to undergo unnecessary suffering. If let's say they keep you make them alive, so that's why they legalize the action of the killing. You see, so number one, if let's say you practice the euthanasia, okay, you have to choose the country. Legally, you are innocent, okay, but in Buddhism, it could be still have some karma. Why? Because he is considered a living being, you see, but you try to take away his life, you see. So in Buddhism, there will be some contradiction between the Buddhism and also, I mean, in the law of in particular country, there will be some contradiction. Okay, why? If let's say, you see a patient feels suffering, sometimes it's a vipaka, you see. Okay, it's a vipaka, you see. So meaning to say that maybe the patient still have to endure the vipaka, the pain, but the resultant, if let's say he doesn't go to endure it, so you end it, the suffering, the karma will continue in the next life actually. It is for the rule of the karma, I think is fair and equal one, you will carry forward. Okay, so quite hard to say. I mean, if you practice the euthanasia, I mean, in the legalized in the country which legalize the euthanasia. But anyway, if let's say you purposely kill the people still alive, but you're taking care of the patient, you feel so exhausted already. You try to unplug the oxygen without the instruction from the doctor, all this, so that will be considered killing. In Malaysia, basically, there will be a very strict protocol in order to, I mean, to unplug the supporting system, to remove the supportive system from a patient. There must be the death in the stem brain, then the doctor will allow you to do so. Okay, Evelyn, do I answer you?
So the karma is on the family or the patient itself who say, okay, let me go?
No. Now the problem is the patient is already in the coma. How can the patient in the coma say, please?
I saw a video that a person still alive, but he has gone through a lot of sufferings and now he very sick. He himself said, let me go.
Okay, if that's the case, we consider committed suicide, he still have to bear some karma. Yes. Okay, he has to bear some karma. Okay, if let's say, so meaning to say we have to judge the case in two perspectives. One is the Buddhism, one is the law in the country. Okay, get it, Evelyn? Okay, so that is the regards the killing. Okay, but one case is that if, for example, there's a termite in the house. Okay, in the termite in the house. Okay, if you are the owner of the house, will you, after checking out, wow, there's a lot of termite, will you go to employ, I mean, the pest controller to kill all the termite? Yes or no? After learning the Buddhism, yes or no? Kill the termite or not kill the termite? Okay, Serene, why you will order to kill the termite? Why?
Because if I actually disturbing the life of us, so I think that's my principle.
No, I didn't get your point.
Sorry?
I didn't get your point. Why you will kill the termite? Why?
Because this is my territory and you have come to my place and disturb me. So then, therefore, I have no choice. Of course, I think I have friends also have similar case. And then at first place, right, and she actually tried to talk to termite because she's a single lady, stay, right? She talked to termite and can you move to another place where you don't disturb human being and all that. And then because in fact, they actually gather more friends to come to the house. So then I think 1 week later, my friend actually hired the pest control that companies to kill them all.
Oh, I see. Okay, so one problem, I think maybe you have to define first, Surin, you disturb the termite life or the termite disturb you. Maybe
because they come to our territory, this is my house. If I go to the jungle and therefore I disturb you, right? Then I find that maybe my fault, but you have come to my house.
Oh, I see. So meaning to say that if let's say we are the palm oil developer, so we cut so many jungle, okay, then the elephant come. So maybe I disturb the elephant territory, all right? That's the case. So in that the case, you wouldn't kill them because you disturb them. But this case, they come to your house. Okay, class. For this case, basically, in our real life, we seldom encounter win-win situation, but we encounter loss situation most of the time. So, you see, if you kill the termite but you save the human, it seems the human life is more precious than the termite. So this is the reason why You kill the termite. Because of course, human, they are more precious, you see. They are more high standard, you see. So that's why, okay, in order to protect the human, you kill the termite. But of course, you still commit some crime, so you can do some chanting, and transfer merit to the termite. So that's the only thing we can do. Of course, the best, you should take some preventive steps before you build a house. That's the best way. So I remember we can put something. So that's why for Evelyn, if you go to kill, you make the environment clean, but finally still mosquito come. If the mosquito is suspicious, they are the dengue or what, you have to kill them, because you want to protect your family. Human life is more precious. See or not? So that's why we have to judge. We have to really rationally how to judge. Which one you should prioritize. Okay, not just simply. Not just everything is equal. Actually, it's not that equal. Actually. Okay, you get it? This is regards to no killing. Okay. But there will be more details. If let's say you go through go to internet to search more. If you're able to read the Chinese, you can go through this. 圣严法师戒律学纲要。Okay. So you see, you will get all the details regards all the all the cases we mentioned here all the different scenario we mentioned here. See. Okay, now we go to the second case. So before we go through the second one, okay, maybe a second precept. Michael Tan, can you please read for us? Can you read for us?
Second precept, aware of suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression. I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animal, plant, and mineral. I vow to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I am determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belongs to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of others species on earth.
Okay, thank you so much. We go through a video clip before the discussion. Please enjoy the video clip.
Yesterday, we witnessed one of the fastest burglaries of all time. Let's move on now to the most polite robbery of all time. That telephone, please put it right here. Yes, I'm sure. Why do you want to do that? You know, I am, sir. I realize that. And I really am sorry to have to do this. But I've got kids. I hope they give you $40 and this is it. Well, I can't do that, sir. I've got rent to pay, I've got bills, and the kids need me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I really am sorry. And if I ever get back on my feet again, sir, I'll bring it back. I'm sorry. God be with you, man. Thank you very much, and with you too. Thanks.
Okay, class, applause to the video clip. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, questions. It is considered a burglary, or we call it as a robbery? Yes or no? Just now the case. Okay, Michael said yes, robbery. Shirin said yes, it's a robbery. How about the rest? Joanne says a robbery. Chong also vote for robbery. How about Evelyn?
I couldn't hear the clips properly, but I assume that he is robbing because of some.
Never mind, don't assume because you don't hear it properly. How about Madam Tan? Is number 1, number 2? It's a robbery. Okay, Michael, why do you say it's a robbery?
Because master, he has committed a crime by robbing another person.
But the way I see it, he seems so polite. He's asking only. He said, "Oh, can I have some money? So maybe I will bring it back, pay it back to you." Do you think it's a robbery? Robbery is just like that?
That's beside the point. Maybe he robbed with a reason, but it's still a robbery. It's just that you're killing a person. You still be killing, whether he die or don't die. He's still killing, right?
Okay. So what is the point? Make you feel that it is a robbery instead of borrowing? Don't you feel it's like borrow something?
No, if you borrow, you won't point a gun to a person and force him to give you. When you borrow money, you ask politely, and then if the person wants to give to you, then he gives to you. But now you are forcing him.
Okay, now the point actually is the gun, you see.
Yes.
Right. Applause to Michael. Yes. Okay. Basically, actually, these cases are quite confusing. I asked so many different intake of students. Some they all confused. They thought, no, this look like borrowing, right? Because it's very polite, everything is so nice, and maybe they don't see the gun properly. But once we notice there's a gun there, quite sure already. Do you think if the shopkeeper refuse to give the money, will he fire the gun? You think? Yes, right. You bought the gun, so they will fire the gun. You see. So meaning to say it's a robbery. Okay, class, basically, how do we categorize the robbery? You see how? Okay, there is also a few, meaning to say that there's also a few conditions to determine whether it's a robbery or not. Number 1, intention, meaning to say you have intention, to rob, like the case we know already. He bring the gun, he said, "Oh, I want the money." That is a very clear intention already. Then second is the target. Okay, if let's say you rob, the target will be different. Now you rob from the people, right? Okay, so it consider a heavy crime. Okay, I'll let you to compare. Okay, if let's say there's 2 beggars, one beggar is handicapped, one beggar is not handicapped. If you rob both of them, is the karma same or not? Madam Tan, is the karma same if I rob somebody handicapped? If I rob somebody handicapped and somebody it is not handicapped, it is the same, the karma? Madam Tan, on the mic.
Again.
If you rob a beggar, okay, one is handicapped, one beggar is handicapped, one beggar is not handicapped. Okay, so it is the karma similar? Evelyn, it is similar, the karma? Similar? No, it's a different. Why? Because if you rob the handicapped beggar, because handicapped, the situation is more worse, you see. It's already worse, the handicapped people. And yet you still rob him, so the karma will be heavier. If you compare with the normal people, it's the same. Do you think if you rob a monk and you rob a Shirin, is the karma same? You think?
No.
No, so okay, the robber robbed me. The karma is more heavy, or rob Shirin karma is heavy. Michael?
You rock master is more heavy.
Yeah, of course. Why rock master is more heavy, Michael?
Because you are a good man.
I'm a good man. Sherry is the bad woman.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, you pray a lot, so you meditate a lot, so you do good a lot. So you have more karma. So to rob you is more sinful.
Yes, and one thing is, monk is not rich one. You see, our money all depends on people offer, and then you still want to rob me again. You see, so it's more sinful. Okay, so you get the point, There's a difference, so different target that we create different. You see, if you rob a rich people, maybe you rob 1,000, maybe from Vincent Tan 1,000, and you rob 1,000 from Evelyn. Do you think it's a different, Michael? That will be different, right?
Yes,
because
yes.
for Vincent Tan, 1,000 maybe just 10 cents only. But you rob 1,000 from Evelyn, maybe whole month, Evelyn can eat anything already, right? So there is a difference, you see, or not? Okay, it's logic that there's a difference. So meaning to say that you have to choose the target to rob. It's a joke actually. You choose target to rob, but meaning to say that the karma will be different depends on the target. Okay, Then one more point is the method So well, the method can be many In the ancient times, maybe how should I put it if you go to the grocery they play on the weight this is the ancient times what they call the 食稱So the people buy 100 grams, maybe you just do some adjustment 95 grams, then you cheat another 5 grams. It's an ancient time. But nowadays, I think the stealing can be in different manner. For example, nowadays, if you do the tax evasion, it's considered a crime. But you can do tax planning. Don't do the tax evasion. If let's say your boss insists you to do the tax evasion, the karma is not on you, it's in your boss, because he is the one who intended to do the tax evasion, you see. But as an accountant, you have responsibility. You have the responsibility to manage to inform your boss that there is some consequences if you do the tax evasion. See. Then secondly, now it's about the illegal downloading the movie, the music online. But I think now already settled. Why? Because the subscription for the Netflix, subscription to the Spotify, all this settled the issue already. You just pay a small sum, then you will be thousands of video clip and movie clip, then you can watch already. So I think nowadays you consider settle the issue of stealing from all this type of internet stuff already. And then you get in YouTube you can get so many things it's considered legal in the YouTube. But basically if I upload something you see, if let's say we have a rest, I put the music and then maybe the music is under the copyright of the rock music, and I intentionally copied down the whole thing in my video clip. So later on, once I upload to the YouTube, they will send me a letter. So they will say that, oh, you intentionally already copy a partial of the video clip contains the content from the rock music. Okay, but he doesn't say I'm stealing. He will be very polite. He said that, okay, you got a few choices. Number one, you just remove it. Okay, they got the one click for me. I click, the whole thing will remove. Okay. Then second, they will say that, okay, whatever data you gain and whatever profit you gain, from your video clip, it will be belongs to the rock music. You can't own it. So I can have a choice, second choice. Okay. And the third one, they will say that if let's say you don't follow this, they will because if let's say rock music prohibit the broadcast of this part of music in USA. So the people in USA, they cannot watch my video clip, but maybe the other countries still allowed to watch my YouTube. And then the last one, he said, if let's say I found that I'm right, I can sue. Okay, and lastly, he will say, we will recommend you a lot of free music. Please use the free music to avoid this type of controversy. So nowadays, YouTube run this very well already. I get a letter for many times already. Why? Because sometimes we accidentally, like just now the video clip, you see, Now, just now that video clip, they are already partially recorded already, you know. Then I upload. But since this number one, I do this is without commercial purpose. If let's say I run the if my talk I mean charge some fees from you all, it is considered commercialized purpose. I have to pay the copyright to all the video clip which I used before. But if without commercial purpose, it will be considered as a fair use. So fair use, I can use it without notify the owner, and it is still considered legal. So this is a few things, modern days, modern day stealing. It's very easy to commit. Now they keep on, just changing it. So number one, you have to know under the Copyright Acts, you have to know it properly. If let's say you are using the material. Secondly, if you run the course, is for, if not for commercial purpose, basically you are quite safe using any of the material. So that is a few things to know. Then one more is regards this is the consequences. So meaning to say that if I download, if I successfully download, it's already in my hard disk, so it's considered consequence. Or maybe I'm the hacker, I really hack your money and your money come to my account, so that is the consequence. The consequence is so important. If without the consequence, the karma is not that heavy yet. It's not complete. Then lastly, it's about the mental state. Yes, if let's say you still the thing from somebody, if after in the intoxicated states, you still consider not the first grade of the crime. And the last one is the value. So you see the value is a 钱. What does that mean? In Buddha time, okay, stealing, you could be sentenced for capital punishment if you steal, you know, if exceeding 5千, this type of amount, you see, in Buddha time. But now we quite hard for us to practice because this amount in Buddha time, we don't know how much nowadays. We don't know because the currency use is different here, and then maybe if just $100, $200 is very little amount only. Once you download an illegal software, I think more than $200, $300 already. So it's not practical. To judge people to commit the heaviest crime for just a small amount. So that's why for this Vinaya, it's quite hard for us, quite hard to practice for the heavy criminal. Nowadays, I think most of the country, they won't sentence you capital punishment, even though you do the stealing, even though you steal billions of dollars. Okay, wait, there will be some delivery. Wait. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I get my delivery. Okay. So nowadays, you see, now we got the Najib case, right? The Najib case, if let's say he has been convicted, so the stealing could be $1 billion. No? Even though it's $1 billion, but they wouldn't be convicted. He wouldn't be sentenced for capital punishment. So nowadays it won't. I think except China, very few countries there will be, convicted for capital punishment. You'll be punished to death if you commit the stealing. Okay, get it? Okay, yes, so this is about the stealing. Okay, now we go to the third one. It's regards the third precept. Okay, yes, Madam Tan, can you read for us aware of the suffering?
Aware of suffering caused by sexual misconduct. I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations with love and long-term commitment to preserve the happiness of myself and others. I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct.
Okay, please read number 4 also at the same time.
So, aware of suffering caused by unmindful speech and inability to listen to others. I vow to cultivate loving speech and deep listening in order to bring joy and happiness to others and relieve others of being suffering. Knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully with words and inspire self-confidence, joy, and hope. I'm determined not to spread news and I do not know to be certain and not to criticize or condemn things of which I'm not sure. I will refrain from uttering words and can cause division or discord, or that can cause the family and the community to break. I will make all efforts to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small.
Okay, thank you so much. So for precept, we'll go through video clip before the discussion. Enjoy the video clip. Sorry, okay. So before I proceed, actually in the second precept, sorry, I still have to go back to the second precept. Please have a look to this video clip in the first place. Yes, let's take a look. Applause to the video clip. Yes. Yes, Zhong, do you see? Where is Zhong? Do you see any relationship between the video clip and also no stealing? Maybe you just tell us that first, Zhong, what do you watch from the video clip?
I actually doesn't really get the full meaning, is it?
You see in the very beginning, right? I think this is a French advertisement, so he saw a shoe, right? Okay,
yes.
Then from the shoe, he get a rope, right?
Yeah.
So he followed the rope.
Like, correct, but it seems like they open up in only one side of the shoes. Then where is the other side of shoes?
No. Actually, the point is not here. You see, he followed the rope.
Yes.
He go to see,
correct. Go back to find the.
Who does she met once he followed the rope?
Actually, it is follow like the little girl. It's like the other like a very like third world country.
Yes.
It's telling that this girl is a third world, and all these below age children, they actually are involved in this shoemaking industry.
Then besides this, actually the girl not really underage. Do you notice that the picture showed pollution?
Yes.
A lot pollution appear, right? Okay. Then suddenly she realized. So the ending. So meaning to say that nowadays, if let's say we go to buy some product, okay, I think now you go to order a cup of, a Starbucks coffee, $10 something. Maybe you go to buy the fashion from Zara. Now it's the fast fashion is very cheap, under $100 you can get one already. You see, and and then every week you can get a new fashion. It's very normal how you enjoy all this privilege. But the point is, you should try to look out. Do they oppress the third world country labor or not? So actually no stealing nowadays. We have to reinterpret. So once we try to enjoy the product from all this big company, number one, do they oppress? To get the supply of the material from the third world country or not? So the Starbucks, we have to check. Do you pay appropriately? Do you pay reasonably? To the coffee. To the coffee plantation. Okay. Once you buy the shoe, do they really pay reasonably to the third world country, the factory in the third world country? You see, this case happened before. I don't know whether you remember or not. It's in the Rana Plaza. Rana Plaza collapse. This case happened, I think, quite a number of years ago. Okay, so this is in Bangladesh. They work for Adidas, Zara, all the branded and then according to the report, you see, then a lot of people die due to the collapse of the building. And this is the most, representative pictures. You see, a husband hug his wife, and then they die during the catastrophe. You see, so if you go to find the cause. The reason why the collapse of the building is due to they underpay all the staff. See or not? They underpay the staff. They maybe work for a whole year. They are still unable to buy a piece of the product from the all branded company. You see, and then they work and they work in the environment which is so bad. You see, I think recently it happened. Like our top glove company, right? Our glove company. In Malaysia, so if let's say the US government, this country, they notice that you exploit the labor, so they will ban your product to go in their country. So this is the consciousness nowadays. So it's a new trend. We talk about no stealing. So next time, if you go to enjoy a cup of coffee or the good product, we can go to check the website whether they promise for the sustainability of the packaging. And whether the promise reasonable pay for all the labor and also to get the material. So this is something we can do. If they don't do it, they are considered oppressing already, the big company. Okay. Michael Tan, okay. Do you think a cup of Starbucks coffee, are you, let's say, more than $10 a cup of coffee in your age? Do you think it is too expensive a luxury to drink a cup of coffee more than $10 in Starbucks? Michael? On the mic. On the mic.
Yes, Master. I think so. Drinking coffee at Starbucks or drinking coffee at the kopitiam is all the same. It's just that maybe you prefer Starbucks or you prefer the coffee in the kopitiam. Okay.
yeah, you are so up to date because most of the senior, when they heard $10 Starbucks, oh, they will be very surprised. You see, I think nowadays you are up to date already. I think.
No, master. Some more money you cannot bring it to another world you need to spend it in this world not leave it for other world
Yeah. Hey, do you remember what I mentioned? Evelyn, Shireen, or Chong? I think our father, mother in the very early beginning, you go to try out $10 a cup of coffee, they were very surprised. Maybe now they already adapt to the culture already because in their age, it's very difficult to earn the money, hard earning money. So they are very thrifty. Yes. Okay. Okay. So this is about the second precept. You see, now we go. It's an additional for a second precept. Now we go to the fourth precept. Please take a look to the video clip. It's about the no lying precept. Okay, please enjoy the video clip.
Some money. What do we got here? She has a fractured fibula. So, Daddy's gonna be so excited. That killed him. Hey, J-Doc. I don't hate your mother. Morning, Beth.
Okay, applause to the video clip. Okay, so let's begin discuss about the no lying. Okay, yes, John, what do you get from the video clip?
Don't early to judge lah. A lot of things is not what we see.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
it's actually a lot of things happening. Yeah.
Okay, so I think the most interesting mostly is the last case, because the last case, it seems that I think because the dog pulled the guy, so the biscuit dropped, so the people pick up the biscuit and eat, and the lady, and there's a couple of a couple of the strangers, they saw that they thought he is eating shit. Am I right? Oh, so they thought, how come he's eating shit? Okay, so we understand we don't judge so quickly. Okay, if let's say you are the lady, if you are the stranger, you notice that somebody eating the shit. If you go back to the home, will you tell somebody or not? Joanne, will you tell to somebody that they're eating shit as what you see just now?
No, because I see like impossible somebody eats shit lah. Maybe he take something else lah, not shit lah.
So meaning to say you don't believe what you see just now lah,
Yeah.
It seems like eating the shit, but you think it's impossible. You wouldn't tell people.
Yeah. Still look at the reasonableness lah.
Okay.
Apply the reasonableness lah.
Okay. Now, second scenario, if let's say you are the guy, you notice that people are mystically deem that you're eating shit. Will you try to clarify or not? Evelyn, will you try to clarify? On the mic, please.
If that person asks, if he doesn't ask, I won't clarify.
If he doesn't ask, you won't clarify. If he asks, then you will clarify.
Yes.
Okay, well, basically, will you go to ask people that, hey, I saw you eat shit, can you clarify to me? Will happen like that?
No, I mean, I see no point to clarify because I know what I'm doing.
Okay, no point to clarify, Okay, so meaning to say you are waiting people asking you to clarify, then you will clarify only lah.
If he looks really like, yeah, maybe just tell a bit lah. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So this is the point, Okay, whether you should do the clarification or not. Shireen, will you choose, have you, do you have any, do you have how to say, in the real world, who are you going to clarify and who you are not going to clarify? Shireen, for you.
Only those are relevant that to the case, then I will clarify lah. Those that not relevant one, no point wasting time. And of course, then we have to be really aware what we are doing, and so long we are clear ourselves, I think we're okay lah.
So meaning to say that if let's say your husband misunderstood, maybe a family member, maybe your partnership, I think are very important people, you have to clarify, right? Because they say, we are eating, you eat the shit, you have to clarify, right? But if let's say maybe the auntie, the cleaner, all these irrelevant people, we don't bother them, am I right? Yeah, that's supposed to be the way. So meaning to say that, you see or not, according to this precept, let's take a look, you see. According to this precept, I say, now, okay, I'm determined not to spread the news I don't know. You see, I will try to reconcile and resolve all conflict, however small. So meaning to say, we already, we define our target, whether you should reconcile and resolve or not. Okay, and class, please be careful regarding this point. Spreading the news I don't know and refrain from uttering the words can cause division. I think nowadays the problem is mainly in social media. Now we don't go out to socialize people, but all the socialization is in the WhatsApp. Okay, so regarding causing, regarding cause the division or cause the discourse, it is so common now once the election is coming. So be careful if let's say during the election campaign, you receive some video clip, it seems that the election is keeping pinpoint the mistake and the negative to certain party, you have to check the sources. If let's say the source is the enemy of the party, meaning to say that they purposely want you feel angry with that particular party. So please don't spread this type of the video clip. Okay, I think maybe for Michael Tan and Madam Tan, do you really have the conscious that don't simply spread the news before the verification? Yes, Michael Tan, do you have the habits to verify the news before distribution?
Yes. I usually would like to make sure that it is genuine before spreading, rather than you just follow whatever people say. You may be wrong,
Good. So usually, how do you clarify the news? How do you verify the news?
If you check from other sources, whether it's true or not.
Maybe
and
just
if you are unsure, you don't spread it.
Very good. So Michael Tan is a good senior because sometimes our senior, they really don't know how to verify just simply get the news, then they press, then they share already. So usually I go back. My mother always talk to me a lot of news. Some looks very ridiculous. I say, where do you get the news? She said, oh, from the Facebook. and then she said, I share out to everybody already. You see or not? So sometimes the senior they really need they really need the junior to teach them how to verify the news. So number one, we have to be careful regarding to create the division and the discord. So the new, if you don't know, okay, please make sure you go to verify in the first place. Okay, then instead of this type of instead of we spread all these type of words, make sure we always have a loving speech and become a good listeners to the people. It is a good practice. According, some counselor I know telecounselor, he mentioned to me that they receive about 3,000 calls every year, but 95% they just want you to listen to them only. They no need any recommendation from you because most of the people, they know what to do already, but they just want somebody to talk only. So make sure that you will borrow your ear to somebody. You will borrow your shoulder to somebody to lend, so that they won't feel lonely. But recently, according to the statistic, it seems that the case of divorce increased a lot, especially in Malay community. Second is the Chinese. So communication is very important, and sometimes it will involve this precept. So you have to be careful regards this. Okay. Okay, so this is the class for today. Okay,